Toastmaster Asharani, we have 1 minute to go.
District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Lakrawala. District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah. District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal. All past, present, district, division, and area officers, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, welcome to the first District 20 CGD webinar 2021-2022. Today, we are having a fascinating session on what is and how to conduct a youth leadership program and Speechcraft program. Without further ado, let me welcome a dynamic person who is a Toastmaster since 2017, District 20 Humorous Speech Champion for the year 2020. Career-wise, she works as a senior manager at Australian College of Kuwait, holds a master's degree of business administration, and her favorite quote is, "Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself." Dear Toastmasters, please welcome the MC of the event, a very smart and beautiful and vibrant Toastmaster, Toastmaster Hanan Halush.
Thank you, my dear. Good morning to all of you who had joined us for the Youth Leadership Program and Speechcraft webinar. Greetings, dear leaders, District 20 directors, current, past, and future region, district, division, and area officials, speakers, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. It is a great honor for me to be your master of ceremony for today. I am Toastmasters Hanan Halush, and I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Now, before we start our webinar, let me share with you certain virtual etiquettes guidelines which will help us to conduct the webinar professionally. We hope that you have all chosen a quiet seating location. We encourage you to disable notifications, close all running applications, and silence your smartphones for the maximum immersive experience. The moderators will unmute the speakers when it is their turn to minimize disruption. Your questions can be sent to our chat moderator. Now, let us remind ourselves with District 20 mission and the core values of Toastmasters International. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Our core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Now, before we move on with our training sessions, let us listen to some of our leading lights who lead us in District 20. Our first leading light, they say it is not the destination, but it is the journey that counts. It's been almost a decade since she joined Toastmasters International. The sights and sounds along the way have indeed made this journey the stuff of dreams for her. She's been fortunate enough to be entrusted with various leadership roles throughout her journey. Now, she had also the opportunity to be a team player and a team leader. She was humbled to receive Best Director Award for the year 2017-2018, Best Youth Leadership Program Coordinator for 2019 in Kuwait, DTAC Vice Chairman 2020. She comes from a service background where she helps her patients with comprehensive reformation. A physiotherapist by profession who believes in holistic rehabilitation of her patients. Serving this year as District 20 Director. Please put your hands together for the District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Lakdawala. Over to you, DTM Alifia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hannan. Thank you so much. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Program Quality Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, our Club Group Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, our Admin, District Admin, Toastmaster BG Gittins. I see Division C Director in the house, Toastmaster Sushmita, Area 2 Director, Toastmaster Ghulam Farooq, Area 5 Director, Toastmaster Mariset, Area 19 Director, Toastmaster Dinesh, past leaders, so many on the list there, organizers of the Speechcraft event today, the presenters, the team working behind this, members of District 20, good morning. Thank you for giving an opportunity to the trio that we come and we are able to speak at every event which has been organized, whether it is at club, area, division, or a district level. But this is definitely special because this is organized by one of our team members, our own CGD, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Coming to the event per se today, what are we looking at and what is the motive? Why have we organized this event? As I see some of the leaders who are torchbearers this year of their division, of their area, and some of them have already done their bit last year. They are already in this webinar. So what is in for them? Well, we are going to hear from the experts who have walked the talk, whether it comes to youth leadership or whether it comes to Speechcraft. Understanding that this year is a different year than any other year. And we as leaders have to be more empathetic, yet be consistent when it comes to our training, when it comes to education. So this is one of the reasons why the CGD team has come forward with this concept. Let's understand that what best we can learn when it comes to youth leadership and Speechcraft, because this is one effective tool which says that where leaders are made. And we as leaders can make a difference to our Toastmasters community by conducting such effective programs. Over the years, we have seen that any member who has conducted this diligently with quality definitely achieves results. And we have few of the presenters who are a living example of this. So congratulations to the entire CGD team and members. It is overwhelming to see 49 participants at 8:30 a.m. in the morning on a Friday. So I think District 20 is moving in the right direction and we wish the entire team all the best. Just I would like to say that leaders are not born, they are made. And they are made with hard work, sincerity, honesty, dedication. And y'all are an example of this. Thank you for your service. Back to you, Toastmaster Hannan.
Thank you, DTM Alifia, for your encouraging words in this early morning. Thank you very much. Our next leading light, immediate District 20 past Club Growth Director, President of Active Minds Toastmaster Club, immediate past President of Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, member of Babco Toastmasters Club, St. Paul Toastmaster Club, and Tamakkun Advanced Toastmaster Club. His purpose in life is to lead his kids by a good example of a father. to be followed, and that's why he's in Toastmasters. Please put your hands together for the District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Khalid Abdallah. Over to you, DTM Khalid Abdallah. Please unmute our PQD. It seems PQD, you have angered someone in the morning.
Yeah, no, this is Bikharuddin. I don't know why he's not allowing me to speak. Bikharuddin, please stop playing with your, your gadgets. Thank you so much, Bikharuddin. Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. District 20, Director, PTM Alifia Laktawala. CGD, who is, everyone confuses his name with my name, even District Director today confused his name with my name today morning. DTM Khalid Jalal. District Admin Manager, Toastmaster BG Gitten. Leaders of District 20, Division Directors, Area Directors, past, present, and definitely future, members of District 20. Good morning and blessed Friday to all of you. It's nice to see, as what District Admin Managers just said, sunshines all around. I can see sunshines all around in those small boxes. I have one question to you. How many of you conducted YLP or Speechcraft? Can I see show of hands? Wow. Wow, why are you here then? You know it all. Wow, we have many of you conducted already Speechcraft and YLP, which is really great. It shows the passion that you have been getting out of those programs. Of course, the main reason for conducting such programs is a responsibility that we have. We need to pass the responsibility of whatever we've been learning in Toastmasters to newcomers. When it comes to Speechcraft, that's an opportunity direct opportunity to transfer our knowledge to the colleagues who would be as well joining us, maybe as Toastmasters. For YLP, it's a future investment. We need to invest in the future. And that's why we need to conduct YLP. And it is also part of our responsibility as well to pass the knowledge and inspire newcomers and new joiners in the future of Toastmasters. I was so happy to see all of the hand risen when I asked about who conducted YLP and Speechcraft. We all know if you conduct YLP and Speechcraft, you would never just do it once. You would do it once, twice, 3 times, especially YLP. It's such an inspiration program that you get out of those young leaders. And this is today another extension of our help, another extension of our responsibility to learn more from each other, to extend on our knowledge, to support more and more members, and to inspire and get the journey of self-discoveries to more leaders. Thank you so much for joining such early morning to learn from each other. Thank you so much for the inspiration that you have for each other. And let's enjoy today's session. Over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Khalid. Thank you for your encouraging words. Our third leading light in District 20. By qualification, he holds master's degree in computer science. By profession, he's into IT management. By interest, he's a Toastmaster. In 2018, he joined Toastmasters. In 2019, he was elected as Area 3 Director. In 2020, he was elected Division C Director. And currently, He is the District 20 Club Growth Director for term 2021-2022. Please help me welcome District 20 Club Growth Director, distinguished Toastmaster Khaled Lal. Please, over to you, CGD.
Thank you, our energetic master of ceremonies for today morning. It really makes everyone awake because the energy you have brought in. Thank you very much for that. District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Lakdawala, a Program Quality Director and Immediate Past Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, our Admin, District 20 Admin Manager, Toastmaster Bijay, past, present, and hopefully future officials, club members, coaches, mentors, guests, good morning to you all. And thank you very much for joining our session today. I will not ask what is YLP and Speechcraft, and I will not ask who has conducted. But let me ask with a raise of your hand, who become a Toastmaster by attending these programs? I know one person in this room. Let me see the hands from others. Nobody? Nobody. Okay. At least I know one person in this room who attended a meeting and he became a Toastmaster after that. That's none other than Distinguished Toastmaster Roshan Lewis himself. Why YLP, Youth Leadership Program and Speechcraft important? Personally, when I attended the YLP program the first time, the development which I have seen in young leaders, school students, is amazing. You see the potential in them. It's just like we are responsible to bring that potential out and convert them from what they are and what they don't know what they are. That's a responsibility on us. We need to go to them, approach them, and bring the potential out and make them real leaders, which is hidden within them. That's why these programs are very important. That's why we are here to conduct these programs awareness, so you know how to conduct these better or in a different way, and how others, the young leaders and others who are interested to become Toastmaster or benefit from these programs, can benefit from your experience as well in the future. In Toastmaster, we always believe in teamwork, and I'm a big believer of teamwork. When I say teamwork, I have a great team with me who's helping me in this particular program. I request our moderator, if he can highlight or spotlight Distinguished Toastmaster Rufus Pinto. Can I see him on spotlight? Distinguished Toastmaster Rufus Pinto to be on the spotlight. I can see Roshan Lewis, but I'm looking for Rufus Pinto. Yes, thank you very much. And Toastmaster Muhammad Shiraz. Toastmaster Muhammad Shiraz, is he with us? I saw him joining earlier. So while our moderator search for him and put him on the spotlight, please note Distinguished Toastmaster Rufus Pinto and Toastmaster Muhammad Shiraz. They are part of my team who will be responsible for the Youth Leadership Program. And if you need any help, any support, they're always ready to be there to help you at all the time. Now, may I request our moderator to please spotlight Toastmaster Purvisha. Thank you very much. She is Toastmaster Purvisha. She is in my team. She is responsible to look after all the Speechcraft and open house programs. If you need any help, she has good experience. She's always there to help you. She has so energy and passionate about the Speechcraft and open house program that she's been chasing me for a lot of good ideas. And I told her, please hold on. It's still too early. We will reach there at some time. So she's a lot of energy that did not be wasted. So approach her for all the good things. Thank you very much. Now, To encourage all the clubs, all the individuals, we have put some special awards for everyone to benefit from. We have introduced Speechcraft awards for the clubs and areas, adding 5 members by conducting Speechcraft. We have an award that, of course, awards will be introduced shortly, in a couple of days. They're just there being translated right now. Speechcraft, who adds 10 members, the VPE will get an award. So it's not only the coordinators, even the VP of the club will be encouraged or awarded. And if any Speechcraft leads to 20 members, that means you charter a club with the help of a Speechcraft program, definitely the special medals for the Speechcraft coordinators. Area director also will benefit from the awards if any area who charter a new club with the help of Speechcraft program, they will also be recognized. So there are a lot of awards we have put for this term. So please come forward, benefit from all these awards. Let's fulfill our responsibility towards our leaders and young leaders who will be the future leaders. Thank you very much. And I pass the control back to our Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal. Thank you for your encouraging and motivational words. Having worked at various organizations for more than 20 years in different leadership positions, I believe that Toastmasters not only provide the tools for effective communication between employees and teams, but it also helps you become a better leader from a young age. District 20 brings forth this fascinating 2-in-1 webinar on what is and how to conduct youth leadership program and Speechcraft program. With our highly skilled trainers, you will get the chance to clarify all your queries and questions. They will also share their experience during the webinar. District 20 have lined up for you 3 amazing speakers. I'm so eager to listen to each and every one of them. Our first speaker of the day is a servant leader, passionate, developing youth leaders, has been in many leadership roles, area, division, district levels, sailing through the 24th years in Toastmasters. Wow. Currently, Assistant Area Director, Club Growth of Division B, President of CLCC Toastmasters Club, and Chairman of Bahrain Gavel Club Council. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome to the screen our first speaker, distinguished Toastmaster, Ahmed Rizvi. His training session title is Youth Leadership Program. Over to you, DTM Ahmed.
Thank you so much. Can I use the screen share?
Yes, you have a co-host rights, you can do that.
DTM Rizvi, you have to stop sharing and use the right file once again. Share with the right file. DTM Rizvi, you want us to play the file from our
Yeah, I have got it. 1 minute.
Yeah, okay.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes. Can you put it on the slideshow?
DTM Ahmed Rizvi, shall I run your slides if you can?
Yeah, I got it. No problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, for that magnificent introduction. Thank you so much. District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Halifia Latawala. District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah. District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal. Distinguished Toastmaster Rufus Pinto, and Distinguished Toastmasters and present area, division, district officers, directors, past and future area, division, district officers, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning to you all. Today, it's a very bright day and hot day as well in Bahrain. But nevertheless, for those attendees in this program, they are going to take something very interesting, important about our youth leadership program. In my experience, when I conducted youth leadership programs 20 years back, when I joined Toastmasters, about 3 years when I was in Toastmasters, I have conducted youth leadership program. And believe me or not, we have recruited too many Toastmasters because of the youth leadership program. But the best part in my experience as youth leadership program conducting coordinator is that each youth leadership program which I conducted, I turned into the gavel clubs. And I am proud to say that one gavel club that I am counseling for the last 14 years, and it is in 15th year, I am conducting it every Thursday. So that is the passion for youth leadership program that I have. Today you will know what youth leadership program is, what youth leadership program is, why youth leadership program, who will conduct youth leadership program, who can participate in youth leadership program, how you can conduct the youth leadership program. So let's see. I mean, most of you present here are Toastmasters, so I don't have to go through the next slide, which is why the Toastmasters is all about. What is Toastmasters? Is a worldwide organization which is empowering people to become more effective and communicators and leaders. And we have almost 364,000 members in 16,200 clubs over globally in 145 countries, as we all know. This provides an effective, dynamic, high-value experience of communication and leadership skills development. Next, we'll see what is youth leadership program is all about. Youth leadership program, today's youth becoming tomorrow's leaders. If you all have any questions, you all can just pass on to the chat moderator. At the end, I can answer any questions. Toastmasters International believes in investing in our youth. The youth leadership workshop that can be 4, 6, or 8-week program enabling young people to gain communication and leadership skills through practical experience. So, what do we do in youth leadership program? Let's see. Youth leadership program does not compete with any school program, courses, or other established youth projects. It's a supplement to these programs, providing and empowering specialized speaking, leadership skills, and individual growth development. And also the youth leadership program provides a safe environment for the youth aged 12 to 17. Here you'll have to make sure that the age group is for 12 to 17 are the participants who can participate. So now you know who can participate in the youth leadership program. Each youth leadership program is limited to people with a maximum of 25, but they recommend 15 to 20. Why? Because it will give opportunity for each participant to make use of the speaking opportunities and participate, taking up leadership roles, etc. So 15 to 20 is the highly recommended, but you can go for a maximum of 25 students. What do? They learn. And what they learn to improve public speaking abilities, preparing and delivering speeches, delivering impromptu talks, which is called table topics, overcome nervousness when speaking before an audience, organize and present ideas logically and convincingly, listen carefully to others' ideas, offer advice to help others improve their speaking and leadership skills, participate and even lead group discussions or meetings. There's plenty to learn from. When you do this, you gain the ability to communicate effectively and also to become tomorrow's leaders in business, industry, and the community. Let's see how we can conduct the youth leadership program. We can conduct for scout troops. We can conduct for church youth groups. We can conduct for many other organizations, social clubs, schools, institutions, and for young people in the community. So when you are doing for your own community and people, you develop leaders from your community. There is not much for cost involved in this program, but the organizing group or the Toastmasters club or institution which is willing to conduct the youth leadership program can provide the required materials, the manuals or the handbook, etc., for the people who are going to conduct the program. But the cost is for a set of 5-student set is almost $17, which is a very, very, very minimal cost for this wonderful education program. So never think of the monetary part of it. If you think of the benefits of that program, this will be a very negligible cost. Now we need people to conduct and experienced leaders, but it should be conducted by a Toastmasters club or Toastmasters by the Toastmasters, individual Toastmasters, or through a club, it can be conducted. And experienced leaders needed for presenting the program very well and professionally, and practically they should know how the youth are to be managed. And they should be patient and understanding. And they also, the experienced one, they remember how struggles with youthful issues and work well to get the result. And this is overall a coordinator. It should be there for youth leadership program, which is a must. And as you all know, the coordinators also get a credit for doing this coordination of a youth leadership program. And they should be able to commit and attend meetings regularly and coordinate, and also should be able to have assistants or substitutes in case for emergency reasons the coordinator is unable to be present, to substitute and support the program so that the program will not get neglected or abruptly stopped. This is a coordinator to commit and train the youth leaders who are going to be in the program. Now, what is the activities that we We said at the beginning it can go for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or 8 weeks. But the activities for 8 weeks are, you have the week 1, you get acquainted to each other. When you become a group, you come to know new members and discuss chairmanship, elect officers to manage the 4 weeks and self-evaluate yourself and elements of a speech you will learn. Now, week 2, discussion of speaking, prepared speeches and evaluation. Week 3, again, prepared speeches and evaluations, introduction to impromptu speaking, the table topics and group discussion. Week 4, you will have impromptu speaking, prepared speeches and evaluations, elect officers for the next 4 weeks, 5 to 8 sessions. So you will get 2 sets of officers positions for learning leadership. Week 5, impromptu speaking, prepare speeches and evaluation, discussions, and practice in listening. Then week 6, impromptu speaking, prepare speeches and evaluators, gestures in speaking. You learn on week 7, impromptu speaking, prepare speech and evaluations, voice and vocabulary, self-evaluation of yourself. Of course, select a special program to be presented to showcase your talents in session 8. In week 8, we will have a special program, awarding and concluding the program. You can change the map of the plan according to the convenience of the institution or the flexibility of the time available, 4, 6, and 8. But 8 weeks are recommended to get the full benefit. You get 1 participant book, what are the requirements you need for the youth leadership program, 1 coordinator's guide for each Toastmaster that is running the program, that is assistant coordinators, and the coordinator will get a coordinator's guidebook, and then 1 completion certificate for each participant that completes the program. Then evaluation guide, of course, it is not a must, it is optional. So you can, if you want, you can separately have this evaluation guide, otherwise it is in the manual itself what you are getting. And also a Toastmaster, as I told you, the coordinator, club member, a Toastmasters club member is expected to attend each weekly meeting. Second, assistant Toastmaster is also suggested, as I discussed earlier. So each session usually lasts 1 to 2 hours. They recommend 2 hours is better. And here the summary of evaluation of person's speaking ability, discussion of chairmanship principles, the experience what you get from here, and presentation of speeches, impromptu talks, group evaluation, discussion of speech organization, discussion and practice in listening, discussion of gestures in speaking, discussion of voice and vocabulary, exercise in chairmanship, leadership. So all this experience within 8 works, if you are getting, that is a great experience. Here is the summary that comes: introduction to chairmanship, introduction to public speaking sessions, impromptu speaking, organizing your speech, listening, gestures in speaking, voice and vocabulary, and then you showcase your skills. And finally, you will get a certificate of participation. You will be proud of having that certificate for having taken part in the university program. Students take the work on themselves. Here, their self-development is the most important part for students. If they can really concentrate and commit, they will be the best in youth leadership program. And there are no grades as such in schools, but you get a participation certificate for having successfully participated in this program. And the youth become successful on their own. They learn by themselves by doing. So that's very important. They become youth leader. Now let's see how we can conduct the 9 easy steps to conduct a youth leadership program. All programs must be presented by a current Toastmaster in good standing following the Youth Leadership Coordinator's Guide. Step 1, inspired and persuade a Toastmaster club to be your sponsoring club. Talk to the officers and even make a speech about the youth leadership program in the club and take up the coordinator's role so that you will be able to give back what you have gained as a Toastmaster. Step 2, choose a day and time that will work for you and your assistants, as well as the age group which is coming to the youth leadership program group, convenient to them, to everyone, coordinators, assistant coordinators, and the youth leadership participants. Step 3, find a venue. Nowadays, it is very easy because it is a Zoom or even to meet, whatever the facilities you have, you can conduct this very easily. Venue is not a must during this time, but otherwise, physically, if you are conducting, it is a must. You should have a venue, proper venue, and also dates for the entire program. They can be consecutive weeks, or can be spread every 2 weeks or every other week. Step 5, you have advertise. Marketing is very important to get participants to website, email, and in the schools or any other way of marketing and getting the participants required for youth leadership program is a must. It's very difficult when you start to go for a youth leadership program, but once they know what is youth leadership program, they will definitely come again and again. Step 6 is select 10 to 15, as I told at the beginning, so participants, students to commit the most, if not all, of the dates of the YLP. Step 7, order YLP kits. That I mentioned at the beginning also. There are kits for 5 students you can order through the Toastmasters, and the Toastmasters clubs will be having a discounted rate for the members. For non-members, there's a different price, but for Toastmasters clubs, there is no problem at all. They can order. And also keep informed of your start date, location, and time, and the names of the coordinators and assistants to the area, division, and district, because you will be able to get enough assistance and support from the area, division, and district. District is one of the key contact point for having the youth leadership program supported by various aspects. Start the YLP program using the coordinator's guide as a template for lesson planning. Not required to do everything in the guide, but it is better, it is recommended you go by the guide and you can pick and choose as well whatever the program you want to conduct. So from the very beginning and at every step of process, feel free to contact us if you have any questions or would like some suggestions, feedback. Some experienced YLP coordinators can mentor with you to help make the entire process as easy and rewarding as possible. Now you all must be thinking whether to join youth leadership program or not. I do not know how many youth are present in this program, but all of us are Toastmasters. Is there any questions? And I will be able to answer.
Yeah, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, there is one question from Division C Director, Toastmaster Shushmita Rao. YLP offline recommends maximum of 25 students. Online, how many are permissible by Toastmaster International?
Whether it is online or physical, to give opportunities, it is better to have within the 25. Because a crash program of 8 weeks or 7 weeks, it cannot go beyond. You cannot just give opportunities, leadership roles, or even speaking or opportunities cannot be given to many as possible. So 20 will be my personal experience in my youth leadership programs which I have conducted. Even if you have 25, it becomes a difficult part. Some were very keen to do the speeches, we will not be able to give opportunities because others also should get this opportunity. So it is recommended whether it is online or physical, better to have the same number. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, thank you. And if anybody is having any questions, please chat in the message.
There is another question, Toastmaster Vikat from Toastmaster Dinesh. How can we get youth, or how can we motivate them to join YLP? This is from Toastmaster Dinesh from Kuwait.
As I told during my presentation, marketing the YLP is very important, whether it is amongst the schools, or church programs, or any other social club activities. In this online situation, it could be a little tough, but nevertheless, through Facebook or social media, if we can market that we are conducting youth leadership program and the benefits what we are going to give to the youth, definitely it will be really helpful and getting participants. Those days when we were having physical, it was very, very hard, I should say, marketing and getting the participants. But now online with the amount of social media facilities we have, Instagram, so Facebook, etc., it is really helping to get the participants for this program.
There is one more question from Immaculate Aquilo. Is parental consent sought? How do you go about it?
Repeat the question, please.
Is parental consent sought? How do you go about it?
I do not think without the parents' consent, youth leadership program can be conducted as far as the materials are concerned to be given. And online means they have to have the access to the online facility. And without parents' consent, I do not think it is possible. And I do not think it is advisable as well to conduct a youth leadership program without parental consent. That is my personal opinion also.
One more question from Ravi and Amrita. Can you please explain the benefits students is getting in the 8 weeks once again, please?
Yes, as I told, the benefits are enormous when they have the facility, evaluation of present speaking ability, discussion of chairmanship, and public speaking is very important for youth, I'll tell. Confidence, gaining confidence is a must definitely for each and every youth, even any place they go. So what I would suggest is that when they have these 5 weeks, 8 weeks, can I go through this both 2 slides again? They get acquainted, they discuss chairmanship, elect officers. When they become officers, they gain leadership skills. There are 4 officers will be there, for the president, vice president, education, and secretary and sergeant at arms. So that will help them to gain leadership skills. Speaking, preparing speeches, writing and preparing speeches is another challenge for youth. So that will be another advantage. Evaluating without having criticism on the others speaking, how to evaluate to motivate the others, they will learn. And also impromptu speaking is the table topics. When a topic is given, how to answer. The youth need to learn how to respond to a question. So that is also a part of learning process here, impromptu speaking. And also they will have gestures, how to show their gestures during the speech delivery, and the voice modulation. They will learn how to tame their voice according to the emotions what they are expressing. All this part of learning during these 8 weeks. And it is because of that reason, that opportunity to get given to be everyone, that always it is recommended also the number of participants.
So we can take one last question.
Yes, I think we are still in green.
Toastmaster Purvisha, in online, is it necessary to order a kit?
Toastmasters International, even when you are getting it online, it is not free for youth leadership program.
CGD also has a question. What are the challenges faced conducting YLP and how to overcome them?
The challenges faced is one thing, to ensure a regular participation of the participants. And the next challenge is for the coordinator, whether they can commit and conclude this program without any interruption or disruption or distraction, and we are abruptly stopping halfway through. These are the challenges. When we have youth, it is a very difficult part to make them to attend when we have set a program, attend regularly. Some may be absent, some may not be willing to come after 2 sessions or so. These are the challenges you will face. So if the program is very interesting and very productive for the youth, that is how you present, how you train, how you get the program to work. And it is just not ask them to come and prepare a speech and deliver and go. No, there should be some other means and ways of making them interested in the program. So that is a big challenge for a coordinator.
Another question from him is, what is the right time to start a YLP since it's virtual?
Oh, you mean the time of the program or?
The time of the program.
To conduct each day or just?
No, what is the specific season to start it? I mean, is it
a season? Okay, this depends on the availability of the participants. Sometimes because of the exams, you will not be able to get enough participants if you try to do the YLP during that time. There should be a period where a lull period in the school where they have just no exams, etc. for the commitment. And the age group, what you seek also, having too many activities, not only in the school, the various other curricular activities they have. So seeking a time where we can conduct the youth leadership program without getting interrupted. So this is why we very important with the institution or the schools where we can get their consent and conduct the program. It will be the ideal. But I do not restrict that there should be a very specific season to conduct youth leadership program. Sometimes summer vacation, you may be able to conduct a very productive youth leadership program, provided the participants are available.
So one more question. You mentioned in your address or speech that you have converted or started few Gavel clubs from YLP program.
Yes.
So can you tell all of us for our own benefit, what are the requirements or the procedure someone needs to follow?
Once the youth leadership programs are done, and we emphasize that we will be able to continue the same program for Gavel clubs, and we will not be able to conduct youth leadership programs for the same group who were there in the youth leadership program. Once you convince them, those are the those participants who are very keen to learn more will definitely come to the Gavel Club. And whenever I had 25 participants, I have turned into the Gavel Club of 15 to 20 and organized the Gavel Club. The 3 to 4 Gavel Clubs I converted from the Youth Leadership Program. And they have willingly joined, and they are still continuing as Gaveliers.
With that, I think we need to...
Not the same participants, they have left, but the Gavel Club continues with the new members. Yes.
If you can
Yes,
stop sharing your screen, and there is one question is raised by DTM Murli Manohar.
Yes, DTM Murli, go ahead.
Guruji, I just wanted you to share with me the earlier slide 1 to 4. I am seeing only 5 to, I missed the earlier slide. Can you share that with me for a second?
Murli, can I send it to you?
No issues, no issues.
Yeah.
No issues. Thank you. Sorry for the trouble.
Yes, okay. Any other questions? If there is nothing, once again, I thank the district officers and especially Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal and Distinguished Toastmaster Rufus Pinto for having given me this opportunity for explaining about the Youth Leadership Program. Please, if you conduct Youth Leadership Program, you will definitely get new Toastmasters as well. In my own experience, in my home club, I have recruited from the Gavel Club and Youth Leadership Program, the parents have joined. Sometimes even the mother and father, both of them also have joined Toastmasters. With that, wishing you all the best. And once again, to the next presenters, I wish them all the best. And to the District 20, overall, all the best. Over to you, Madam Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Hannah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, DTM Ahmed Rizvi. Thank you for this very informative speech. Thank you. Now, our next speaker is a humorous speech contest winner at club level for 4 years. First runner-up at District Humorous Speech Contest. Participant at International Speech Contest. Past area director. Member of 3 clubs. President of Laugh Out Loud Club. Conducted a successful Speechcraft in her club where 11 Speechcrafters joined as members. Advisor for 2 Speechcraft programs in Bahrain and India. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome to the screen our second amazing speaker, Toastmaster Tabassum Ali, and her training session title is Speechcraft Program. Over to you, Toastmaster Tabassum.
Thank you so much, our wonderful MC to be DTM, Hanan Haloush. And a warm good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wonderful Toastmasters I can see not only from District 20, but connected from various districts. So we have around 75 participants. A warm good morning from Kuwait. And thank you, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, for the wonderful and engaging presentation that you have given. You have made my life very easy because I'm just taking something forward to my Speechcraft program. Speechcraft. If you can speak, you can influence. And if you can influence, you can change lives. A quote by Rob Brown. Let me rephrase it. If you can conduct a speechcraft, you can influence. And if you can influence, you can convert those speechcrafters into members. And that is what is the key which I'll be discussing in the Speechcraft program today. What is a speechcraft? I'm not asking you. I'm telling you what is a speechcraft. It's just like giving a license for driving. The simile of giving a license for driving. An instructor will teach you, this is the brake, this is the gear, this is the clutch, this is the steering wheel, that's the road. Go ahead in the road and here is your license. And that's what we are going to do in the Speechcraft. Then depends on you, whether you join as a Toastmaster, you drive it at a speed of 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, or you become the Formula One champion. Whether you become a good speaker, you become a leader, or you become the world championship of public speaking will entirely be up to you after you take this Speechcraft program. Now, let me ask you one question. How many of you belong to the olden era, like me, who have done their CC manual? Yes, how many of you, if you can just raise your hand and tell me who have done their CC manuals? Yes, I can see 3 participants have raised hand. That's great, and a lot of thumbs up coming in. Okay, now second question. How many of you have completed 3 levels of pathways? Almost, I think most of us have completed. Yes, you are way, way capable of conducting a Speechcraft. Can you tell me what are the first 6 CC manual, the first 6 project of a CC manual? You can use the chat column and just write it. What are the first 6 projects in a CC manual? Yes, let me see in the chat. Icebreaker, very good, Nilesh. What next? Organizing speech. Well, speak with conviction comes to a point. Get to the point, yes. We got 3 till now. Icebreaker, yes. Body language 4. Vocal variety 5. Research your speech comes a bit later. It is how to say it. So let me tell you, the 6 projects are icebreaker, gestures, yes, that comes in body language. And then we have other 4 CCs, which is like research your topic, with visual aid, persuade, and motivate, influence. That comes in the other 4. So I will talk about this 6. That is icebreaker, organize a speech, get to the point, how to say it, vocal variety, and body language. The reason I'm asking you to keep this in mind is because now I'm going to display my screen, and once I have my PPT slide on, I cannot communicate with you properly. I can't see all the audience. That is why I asked you this question. Just keep this in mind. Why did I ask you? Let me share my screen now. Here we go. Okay. Okay, before that, let me give credit to DTM or TM Raghu Iyer. This was his presentation, which I customized as per the requirement of the present speech crafter. So credit to him as well. Now, the main questions. Of course, we humans have this tendency of curiosity. Whenever we attend something, we always want to know what is it, why is it, who, when, how. So I have broken up this Speechcraft presentation into answering these questions. Number 1, what is Speechcraft? Yes, now I'm going to ask you, since I'm already spotlighted, you can just unmute, or you can, no, don't use the chat because it's difficult for me to see the chat. Just unmute and say, what is Speechcraft? Anyone? What according to you is Speechcraft?
Tabassum, may I?
Yes, yes, please go ahead, because I can't see the audience.
Sorry, this is DTM Sandy Stein. And basically,
Welcome.
Speechcraft is teaching the basics of how to give a speech and how to conduct a Toastmasters meeting.
Yes, perfect. That's a great answer. Anyone else?
Can I?
Yes, please.
Speechcraft actually is a program designed to develop your public speaking ability and so much more.
Yes, that's great. And so much more. Yes, you are right. It is public speaking, and then there is much more into Speechcraft. It is Toastmasters International Program. It is a way to communicate to the non-members what we Toastmasters is about, because many of them know what is Toastmaster, but they don't know exactly what is Toastmaster. So you invite them and you give them a sneak peek by way of Speechcrafters. And why we are conducting it, I'll come in the later slide. So what does a Speechcraft has? 1, we introduce them to Toastmasters. introduce them to public speaking, introduce to leadership roles, impromptu speaking, constructive feedback. These all are what we do in our regular Toastmasters meeting. Now, the first time when 5 years back when I joined Toastmasters, we would hear about this DTM, and for me it was like, oh my God, DTM. DTM was like not a distinguished Toastmaster; they were like dreaded Toastmasters. But 5 years hence, I came to know, okay, DTM is achievable, and it's a very nice and pleasant journey. Similarly, when I had heard words like Speechcraft and YLP, I didn't know what it is. I think, what is Speechcraft and what is YLP? After I have conducted YLP as well and have conducted Speechcraft, I came to know this is just a mini version of the regular speeches, the regular meetings that we are conducting. And that is one of the reasons I said anyone can conduct a Speechcraft, because we don't know what it is. It's like that hidden demon or the hidden devil, but it is a very, very simple program that we can conduct. Why should we organize a Speechcraft? Why do we need to organize a Speechcraft? For two reasons. One is for effective membership building, and second is for club team building. Wait 1 second. I need to just adjust my screen. Yeah, that's better. What are the two reasons? One is for effective membership team building. Now we know in this year how much we have suffered with membership due to XYZ various reasons, because of COVID, people losing job. But that should not be our excuse, because we have also spread across to the world. The world is shrunken and we are able to connect with many Toastmasters. And this is the need of the hour, where our presentation skill is more important than before. So why should we conduct a Speechcraft? Because we want to increase the club membership, number one. Or if you are one of the leader, like we have AD, Dinesh, any area directors, division director, it's a requirement to charter a new club if you want to become a president, distinguished area, or a division. You achieve an educational award. If you are aiming for DTM, it is one of the criteria that either you conduct a Speechcraft, YLP, or you become a mentor of some a sponsor of one new club. You gain knowledge in leadership and communication. Yes, you become a better leader and a better communicator in the process. You can also take it up as your HPL project. So these are the benefits for conducting a Speechcraft. You cannot do it alone. A leader is as good as their team. So several members are involved, and this requires a combined effort of the entire club or the area, whoever is conducting the Speechcraft. These were the amazing Speechcrafters. I had joined as a coach for one of the club, and the way to strengthen that club was to conduct a Speechcraft, and we were able to conduct a very, very successful Speechcraft. As our MC announced that we got around 10 Speechcrafters, and not only 10. After 2 months, there was another Speechcrafter who joined in. So technically, we got 11 Speechcrafters converting. So we had total 36 members coming in as Speechcrafters. Now, we didn't charge that time because virtually everything was free. And why do we need to charge? But the thing is, I will always recommend that do levy a little bit of charge, because initially we had around 36 members. But by the time we started, because it was free and it was a although we gave a high quality of Speechcraft, but still, because it's free, people didn't value that much, and few of them dropped out. So in the end, we had around 23 members, but from 23, we had 11 Speechcrafters who converted into members. So these were the amazing Speechcrafters of the Leading Ladies Toastmasters Club, where we had conducted the Speechcraft. Who conducts it? The club. Now you see the flyer number 1, that is the Leading Ladies Toastmasters Club. This was the club with which we conducted the Speechcraft. See the flyer number 2. This was supported by the area director from Zahra, who needed a new club to become the president distinguished. And this Speechcraft, right now I'm the advisor. I was the advisor. It's over now. So I'm the mentor for this new club. It's University of Bahrain students. A new club has been floated. So this was supported by the area. To create a new club, supported by division. As you know, a division also requires 3 new clubs. So it is great if division can also promote Speechcraft to add new clubs and to increase membership. Speechcraft coordinator from the sponsor club. You can have from the sponsor club, or you can have someone acceptable. Like, for example, I was the coach for leading ladies and I was acceptable to be a Speechcraft coordinator for them. Or you can have someone who's interested. So Toastmaster does not have any hard and fast rule who can be a coordinator for Speechcraft. As I told you, a leader is as good as the team. It's not a one-man show. You need a strong team behind you to make an effective Speechcraft. So who are the role players who are involved? Coordinators, you need facilitators with you. Role players will be taking the role of a timer, will be taking the role of general evaluators. You need to arrange for educational speakers. Otherwise, how will the new Speechcrafters know to conduct a meeting and what entails? So step by step, you will be educating them. I will come to the next slide where I'll explain about these educational sessions. You become an advisor. As right now, I'm advisor of 2 Speechcrafters. One is all the way in Chennai, Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. And I conducted one organization of speech as an advisor and speech purposes. So you become an advisor, you become an educational speaker, you have a lot of mentors who will be mentoring step by step to all the Speechcrafters, and you have participants who are the ones who will be benefiting from this program. So far, so good. Is it clear? Yeah, I'm well on time. Show me some thumbs up reaction that it's clear enough. I'll take questions in the end. Yes, I can see Vikaruddin having a thumbs up and few others as well. When to conduct Speechcraft? Anytime, morning, afternoon, evening, not night, but you can conduct any time of the year, but preferably in the beginning. That's why our wonderful CGD has arranged for this webinar right at the beginning of his term so that the entire year members can benefit from this Speechcraft program. So earlier the better, because you can see the successful conclusion of the full program. Otherwise, what happens when the year ends, the whole leadership changes. And then the Speechcrafters who come in, they get very confused, like who are the leaders whom we are supposed to bank. It is preferable that you start early so that you can be with the Speechcrafters at every step. Follow up is always required. Otherwise, I feel all your efforts go a waste. Maybe the Speechcrafter will become members, but after some time they will just wither away. So you need to follow up. You need to be constantly behind them till they become accustomed to Toastmasters. How does it help a participant? Yes, how it has helped us as Toastmasters. Similarly, it helps the Speechcrafters by developing their speech writing skills, delivery, vocal variety, body language, gestures, presentation skills, leadership by taking various roles, as Ahmed Rizvi has already explained. They take up different roles like presidents. We can allocate them as presidents, and somebody will take the GE timer. That is how the leadership roles get enhanced. Evaluation skills. Similarly, as I told you, if you can conduct a regular meeting, you can conduct a Speechcraft session as well. Having meaningful interaction, which is part and parcel, which comes with the mentors. The program projects. Yes, this is what we just discussed about the 6 CCs, which I discussed with you. This is what we are giving the Speechcrafters. We teach them workshop on introduction, on icebreaker, organizing your speech, get to the point, vocal variety, body language, impromptu speeches, evaluation, and final competition, which is not mandatory, I feel, because at this level it's better you don't get them into the competitive mode. This is the time when we are building their self-confidence. So this is, I would say, is very optional. So if you have done the 6cc, if you have done 3 levels, you can conduct any of the workshop in this Speechcraft program, and this is what is required in a Speechcraft. It is as simple as that. How will you use it effectively in a Speechcraft? How will you conduct a Speechcraft program? Within the club or outside? You can get new members in, or sometimes when you are floating a new corporate club or you have the students coming in, to get them started, it is advisable that you have a small Speechcraft program, because you have these workshops and it's like a takeoff. It's a takeoff for them to catapult into becoming a better speaker, because you are giving them the 6 project in a workshop format within this short frame of 4, 6, 8 sessions. Ideal duration 6 to 8 sessions of 1 to 2 hours. How I had conducted, we were 4 coordinators, how we had conducted our session in Leading Ladies. So we had around 8 sessions. Session number 1, we had introductory segment between each, introducing all the speech crafters with each other. On the first session itself, we conducted icebreaker workshop and organizing a speech workshop. Session number 2 and 3. On the first day, we educated them how to prepare an icebreaker speech. And as you know, we had mentors, facilitators guiding them. Session number 2 and 3. In that, we conducted icebreaker speeches and we had table topic segment. Like, you basically become a VP education. This becomes like an auto-driven session. You have to just go on guiding them. You have to just go on giving them the tools, explain them, this is the beer, this is the brake, this is the clutch, this is the gear, and they will be the one who will be driving the meeting. So they, in session number 2 and 3, they will be conducting ice-breaking session and table topic session. And during this time, you will be giving a workshop on evaluation. Session number 4 and 5 they will be giving their first speeches. During that session's first speeches, and then they will also start evaluating. So the speech crafters will not only be giving their first speeches, they will also become evaluators. And they will also be giving table topic in this segment where, as Ahmed Rizvi explained, you can have group discussion, you can have some kind of a role play. So you're conducting these workshops step by step, and the speech crafters are progressing step by step. So session 2 and 3, they have done their icebreaker. 4 and 5, they have given their first speech. 6 and 7, they will be giving their third speech, that is get to the point. From the general purpose of crafting, like what is the general purpose? It is to inform, to persuade, to entertain, educational. From the general, they will come to the specific speeches. So basically in a program of 8 sessions, so this is 6th and 7th session, and on the 8th session, you can have a certificate distribution ceremony, and you can call some keynote speaker. Now it's way easier because it's virtual world. You can invite keynote speaker from any part of the world. So this is a format of 8 sessions where you have conducted the workshops, and step by step, each speech crafter gets a chance to give 3 speeches, icebreaker, first speech, and get to the point. They also get to conduct 1 or 2 evaluation. They get so many table topics. They get to deliver so many table topics. Plus, they get a gist of all the 6 CC manual. What is required to become a good speaker? You can conduct in 4 sessions, you can conduct in 6 sessions, you can conduct in 8 sessions, but I will advise 8 session is something where you can really do justice to a speechcraft. You can have it in 4 sessions if a club is already formed, like we had the university students, they already were a club. The club had already chartered, and we just wanted to educate them. Because they were already members, we just conducted for 4 sessions. But I would recommend 8 sessions is the best session. So you can have twice a week. Within 1 month, you'll be able to finish your speechcraft. Steps to conduct, yes, planning for anything. Planning is most important. Start by asking registration, draft your program. After your conclusion, wrapping up is very important. Follow up. As I told you, we had 10 speech crafters. Another speech crafter, she joined after almost 2 months, because regularly we have been sending her our agenda, inviting her to our meeting. So never give up on the speech crafters. Always keep them, encourage them to join in. What is the cost of speechcraft? Yes, a kit will cost you $50. I think it's 15 KD, and Bahrain dinar, I think something in 2022. I don't know how much is Bahrain. For 5 speech crafters. So you will get 1 kit of 5 speech crafters. Now from this July onwards, there is an online format available, but I have not used it. I just happened to have a look at the online format. Now, if you are a coordinator, you will be given a credential, which at the time of when you apply for your DTM. Now you do a speechcraft, you do a YLP, anything, it will not reflect in your Toastmaster website. It will not reflect in your account. But when you are applying for a DTM, you need to code the date. Now, if you are a coordinator before, say, June 2021, you can just say that you are a coordinator and your VP education can tick it. But now from this July onwards, if you are a coordinator, you need to tell your credit number from which you have purchased this kit. This is something new which TI has introduced from July onwards. And you will get a manual for your coordinator. You'll get 5 booklets for your speech crafters, and all these 3 speeches, if the speech crafter convert into a member, they can transfer the credit. So in level 1, they don't have to give speech number icebreaker and the first speech and research and present. They have to just give 1 second speech and 1 evaluation, and they will finish their level 1. So after the speech craft, you can also take the credit to level 1 if they are converting into members. If you are having a physical meeting, yes, you need to consider cost of venue, stationery, souvenir in case you're having guest speakers, refreshments, ribbons, trophies if you're awarding for any of the, for felicitating them for a best role. So these are the small costs which you can charge the speech crafters. And sometimes there are clubs who organize speechcraft because they would like to have a healthy kitty, a healthy treasurer. So they just want to, they will charge the speech crafters a nominal amount. Yes, you are not allowed to personally gain anything by using Toastmasters manual guideline. It is a void. Void, or it is you're not supposed, it's a copyright issue. You should not use Toastmasters manuals for your own personal benefit. If you are charging, it has to go to the club. Club is the rightful owner of the amount. So you can charge, you can try to get sponsors if possible. If you are conducting somewhere in the corporate, maybe the corporate can sponsor you for the venue and all stationery, refreshments. Suggestive timelines, as mentioned even in the YLP, marketing is very important. So you need to have at least 20 to 1 month of buffer time where you can market your Speechcraft program. First and foremost, select coordinator, dates, and core team. Then you have a team, you have a budget, you promote it. Social media, you have Facebook. For social media, you all know LinkedIn, Facebook, or you have this web portals, anywhere you can promote and get members. So we, as I told you, that we had got around 37 only ladies. These were only, we managed to get 37 ladies for our Speechcraft program. So first to 10 day, you build team, budget, expense, promote, do your marketing, enhance marketing. 10 to 28 day, you schedule all the roles, agenda. Yeah, I had made all the flyers since I had called these keynote speakers from outside. We made the flyers, we got it verified from them, agenda, everything was ready even before we took off our program. And as and how you progress, if there is a need, yes, you can revise your agenda. What are the keys to the success? We all work hard. We all want to do a Speechcraft program. So how do you make your Speechcraft program successful? I say by putting in that little extra effort. Know your audience, know your speech crafters. What do they require? Now, when we had conducted, I was a coordinator with the leading ladies. We had called, since we are connected worldwide, we could call good speakers. Timer, I cannot see the timer. What is the timer? I do have the timing, right? Okay. Yes. So when we had conducted with the leading ladies, that time we had invited DTM Shanta Maria, who's principal of Central School. We called a excellent keynote speaker, a coach, Milhana Anwar from Sri Lanka. We could invite a psychologist from London, Jihad, who's also a member of our club. And we invited Sarah Khan on the final day as a keynote speaker. And we said, we will conduct the workshop. For workshop we have, but when these motivation speakers came in, we told them, since it was a ladies club, we said, tell us something different. It's a take-home message in general or during the COVID time. Sarah Khan had that excellent title of Victim to Victor. And Shanta Maria gave us leadership at every level. Be it you are working as an auntie in one school, but you can exercise your leadership quality there. Or you are in some kind of a village. There also you can exercise your leadership. So leadership does not mean that you have to be at the top. Leadership can be in your own arena, in your office. So these were very nice messages and very inspiring for the ladies. Now, when we conducted the Speechcraft program for the university students, what they needed, as we saw Ravi and Amrita ask the question, that what is the benefit for the students? So these university students wanted, what they were looking for, they were not looking for victim to victor. They were looking for how can they ace the interview? how can they use the social media? So for them, the workshop that were arranged were acing the interview by one DTM Archana, and there was social media presence by DTM Raymond Pereira. So as I told you, these are the extra bit that you can do to make your program a success. Committed coordinator. Committed coordinator, you have to be there in all the session. I'm having stomach pain, head pain, my family drama. No, keep them aside. If you have taken a commitment, be there, because I'm sorry, I have seen coordinators not making it in the session, and then you have these facilitators who are just managing it out. So please don't do that. Yes, I can see Vikaruddin smiling. I'm sure the ones who have conducted probably sometimes would have faced it. Or in Toastmasters. Yes, I feel in Toastmasters, we know committed Toastmasters and Toastmasters. Elaborate planning. Anything needs planning. Good publicity. Today, I feel it's all about publicity. We have 78 members here. And we need to ask them that when and how did you see. There should be a questionnaire to ask them that when did you see. So time yourself, when is the maximum time where you can connect with the audience. And nowadays it is like a instant attention span is very, very bad. Even for me, if you give me an invite 2 days before, I'll forget it. So what you have to do is you have to invite them 1 day before reminder, and just when the meeting is started, send a reminder. Because as I said, the attention span has become, we are all connected worldwide and there are too many things. So good publicity has to be very well planned. Mentors, commitment, and involvement. Yes, every mentor have to give time to the speech crafters. If they do not give the time, the speech crafters will not become members. Regular follow-up. Yes, write it down. You need to follow it up. Workshop that add value, as I explained to you, you need motivational speakers and workshops which will benefit them. And this is the best way for you to learn. You're not only teaching. Trust me, when you conduct a speech craft, you are learning more than the speech crafters. 100% focus and involvement on speech crafters. Yes, Vikaruddin, you can give me a thumbs up once again for that. What is the end result? End result for me was, wow, this amazing award that CGD has announced, getting membership award, and there was one more excellence award. So we all coordinators got this award, and that was really nice. It was like something to take home, getting an award from the CGD, which our DTM Khalid Jalal has announced when we started this meeting. You will be a better leader. You will be a better communicator. Speeches and workshop. I started as a facilitator. Area director Priscilla had conducted a Speechcraft program, but I was taken as a facilitator. So if you want to join as a facilitator to a Speechcraft. So you don't have to conduct the whole thing, just be part of it. And if you're part of any of the meeting, you just being a part of it, you get to learn so much. So I was a small part of it. The next time we conducted the Speechcraft where I became the coordinator, Priscilla became the advisor. Now there are 2 Speechcrafts which happened where I became an advisor. And the next step is today I'm conducting this webinar. And this is my growth in a matter of 5 months. So as I said, you become a better leader, you become a better communicator, and you become a trainer. Success of Speechcrafters becoming Toastmasters. Success of converting Speechcraft program into a new Toastmasters club. These are the 2 final service mission that we will be giving to the Toastmasters by getting a club, getting new members, and building in our community and our family. So are you ready to taste success by conducting a Speechcraft? There are 2 reasons to take the bold step of conducting a Speechcraft. Number 1, it's a beautiful feeling that now you are in a position to give something to the society, to give something to Toastmasters. So after I conducted, it was for me, it was learning. I was so excited to learn about Speechcraft. When I conducted and when I saw that how the ladies were benefited, somewhere down the line, it was very personally satisfying. And as we mentioned that we are servant leaders, and as Toastmasters now, when we have reached in a position where we know a little bit, we know 6 CC manuals, we know 3 levels of pathways, so we can give this to non-Toastmasters. And that's a wonderful feeling, let me tell you. And we have a wonderful CGT team who will support you in achieving excellence. Like we have our CGD Khalid Jalal's team here, and I'm sure who will be there throughout the year supporting you if you want to conduct a Speechcraft, because they have a very strong team. So now let me ask you the question once again and stop sharing my screen so I can look at all of you. Are you ready to taste the success with Speechcraft, becoming better leaders, better communicators, better trainers, and better person? No reactions? Show me some reaction. Okay, I can see many. So that, thank you so much. Thank you. I can see Asha, whose video is on with a nice smile. So thank you so much. And that shows the red. And here I end my presentation. If you have any questions, this was a simplified version. Speechcraft, it's a beautiful experience. Do experience it. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies. If there is any question, I would like to take it.
There is a question raised from Toastmaster Purvi
Yeah.
Shah. She says, any qualification needed for coordinators?
You have to be a member in good standing, but as I said that, you know, if you completed 3 levels, you will be better equipped. But yes, there is no specific qualification. It's your determination, commitment, hard work, dedication. If you want to do it, go ahead. The universe will not stop you.
Thank you. There's another question from Toastmaster Nilesh. He says, does one kit is sufficient for Speechcraft program?
You see, if you really want to give if you really want to focus on every member, I would say take 10 members. Now, one kit is for 5 speech crafters. Now, this is a district conference, so after the conference, I'll tell you, you can have more members. But yes, now on record, I will say that if you want more, you need to buy the kit. So basically, you will be given the certificate, a coordinator certificate, and you'll be given speech crafter certificate for $50. That is around 15 KD. So you have to buy a kit if you need a coordinator credit. And if you want to just invite people without giving them a certificate, or if you can design a certificate, invite as many.
Toastmaster Dinesh, he wants you to be the next Speechcraft advisor for him.
Oh, sure. Anytime. Dinesh, even without asking this question, you know I will be there for you.
Toastmaster
And I'm glad.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mahesh, he asked, apart from the team of trainers, does anyone from the club can conduct it? Who meets the criteria?
Yeah, same answer. Any member, whoever takes the initiative. Like the speaker soul Toastmasters in Chennai. This person is just 4 months old and who is conducting this Speechcraft. But he's so interested. I think he has almost mugged up the whole manual. And he's on a race to become not only a DTM as soon as possible, he wants to become accredited speaker. So, and he is really doing it by the books beautifully. He's got a battalion of team. So I would say that it's not difficult. If you make up your mind, you can definitely do it. It's just like conducting a Toastmasters meeting. You are a VP education of a speech crafter. Basically, it's that.
Last question from the CGD. What is the difference in Speechcraft versus YLP, other than age condition?
See, YLP are the prospective Toastmasters in future, so we have to give them equal benefit. But YLP, as I told you, the whole format basically is the same. Because I have also conducted a youth leadership program, and on the same lines, we have conducted Speechcraft. But what different it is youth leadership program, we are building the future, we are building future leaders. But where it comes to speech crafters, our objective is different. A speech crafter, yes, we want to benefit the society, but we are also looking for increasing membership, and we are also looking for chartering a new club. So the objective is slightly different, but the whole process is virtually the same if you see the manual. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmasters. There was some of the series of questions, but I'm sure you can answer them one by one in the chat.
Sure.
In the interest of the time, may I request to go back to our MC?
Thank you so much. Back to you, wonderful Hanan Halush.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for your amazing speech as always. Now, for me, when I was a coordinator for the Speechcraft program, Purely it was for my social responsibility toward the community. We all as Toastmaster, we've experienced all the benefits and the knowledge we've gained from Toastmaster. So for me, it was as if being a coordinator of a Speechcraft program, extending my hand to the community and sharing all these benefits. So it was purely for my social responsibility. Thank you very much. Now let me remind you of some of the awards for this term of the CGD. Now, any Speechcraft program that adds 5 members, the club will get a ribbon. Any Speechcraft program that will add 10 plus members, the VP education of the club will get a medal. Any Speechcraft program conducted that will add 20 members and charter a club, 2 of the coordinators will get medals. Now, I think it is now time for our third speaker and our last speaker of the day. He started his passionate journey of Toastmasters in 2018, achieved DTM award within 1,000 days, being a president of Karnataka Club Toastmasters, led the club to be a president distinguished club. Immediate past Area 2 director, which achieved president distinguished area status. Donned the leadership roles of VB PR, VB education, president, club coach, sponsor, area contest chair, BTAC 2020 education head, assisted club growth director for Division C 2020, conducted 50 plus pathways workshops, been a guide for various ULP and Speechcraft programs. Present member of Karnataka Club Toastmasters, coach and member of KMCC, member of ABC, Bahrain Distinguished Toastmasters, and LA 1924 Toastmasters. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome to the screen our third and last speaker of the day, DTM Roshan Lewis, and his training session title is Speechcraft, Icing the Cake. Over to you, DTM Roshan.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. Good morning to you all. It's my pleasure to be with you all. Lovely to see 80 members on Friday morning. That's great. So my topic will be not only Speechcraft, together YLP and Speechcraft, a special session, Icing the Cake. So let me share my slide. My slides are visible for you all. Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Vikarudin and CGD for that confirmation. YLP and Speechcraft, just now, 2 chefs prepared a nice cake, 2 cakes. Now we are going to icing this cake. All will agree with me? Let's start. My session will be interactive session, entire session. I want everyone to speak to us. Why? Because can you feel that there is a gap? So many chefs, cooks dash the dish. What is this? Can you feel the gap in this? This is a famous proverb. Moderator, you can give the right for each participant to mute and unmute.
Spoil.
Excellent. You're right. But today we are going to change this proverb. So many chefs will beautify the dish. That's what we are going to do. I'll tell you why. Many of the sessions we trainers speak, but imagine an audience sitting across this house, the rich experience. We have 80 members. If I take senior most member, if I'm okay, DTM Ahmad Rizvi, DTM Turaya, and even youngest member, if I take average experience, it comes around 6 to 7 years. That means 80 people into 7 years, that is 560 years of experience sitting in this virtual room. So just imagine how these experiences can be shared. At the end of the session, you have beautiful technical presentation given by DTM Rizvi and Toastmaster Tabassum, and the audience experience. What a learning pool we will be carrying out from here. I can see a lot of Toastmasters who conduct. I can see Angel Toastmasters. Regularly, they conduct Speechcraft. I have been speaker for years, last 2-3 years. And I see Toastmaster Manjula Nagendra. If you attend our YLP, most precise, precision and diligently, she conducts YLP. And there are many members, DTM Rufus Minto, Toastmaster Veena Nagaraj, myself, I'm also a member of KCT, V3. We have also conducted physical and virtual YLP, and we have been part of a lot of Speechcraft program. So just a minute, I may miss some people in this, and Toastmaster Tabassum, always she's very active in Speechcraft. I have been a speaker also, she has invited me. If I miss somebody, please excuse me. And recently I see Toastmaster Vikaruddin has taken YLP very aggressively. So my session will be an interactive session with experience sharing of audience with whatever technically we learned with first 2 speakers. So let's start. So my first question, why do we conduct Speechcraft and YLP? Question open to all. Why do we conduct Speechcraft and YLP? It's a revision session, I know. Can anybody? Is it a tough question? Yes, Tabassum, you can tell.
Okay, number one, as Hanan Halusha said, that we are servant leaders and it's time to give back to the society whatever we have learned. Our mission, number one, service, core value of Toastmasters. Number two, for youth leadership is for developing the future leaders, and Speechcraft, as you know, that the objective is to get more members and to float a new club.
All points are excellent, covered. Excellent. Any other member wants to involve? Any other responses, please? Question is open.
DTM Roshan Lewis, if you just allow me, I have given permission to everyone. They can unmute themselves.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much.
Self-learning. It is more like self-learning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry if you raise hand, I can't see it because I'm in screen sharing mode. So kindly speak, unmute and speak. It's an interactive session. Yes, absolutely right. Anybody else?
Yes, Toastmaster Roshan, this is Toastmaster Dinesh.
Yes.
As by our first presenter told, it is our responsibility as a Toastmasters to create the more leaders. So that's why we have to conduct this session to get the more as a Toastmasters.
Excellent,
as a personal
Toastmaster Dinesh, excellence and all the best for your new leadership area director role.
Good morning. This is DTM Sandy's time, and we also conduct Speechcraft to earn credit towards a distinguished Toastmaster in Pathways.
Yes, great. That's also right answer. Let me click. Yes, somebody. Yes.
Good morning, DTM Roshan. It's Mahesh with you. Toastmaster Mahesh.
Toastmaster Mahesh.
In my opinion, YLP is conducted to promote the Toastmaster organization to make the new members benefit out of the program.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Mahesh, and congratulations and all the best for your new role as a president of KIT. All the best.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you, DTM Roshan.
Yes.
Good morning, Roshan. Dr. Babu here.
Dr.
Wonderful
Babu,
session.
good morning.
Good morning. Yes, purpose of Speechcraft basically, I feel, is to empower others and make them better communicators and leaders. Same thing with the youth, to bring them into the fore and teach them what we have learned and make them better citizens in the society. That's what I feel.
Absolutely, Dr. Babu, you're on spot. Absolutely. All your answers are right. If I summarize this, I personally feel it is a strong voice of Toastmasters to reach outer world. These are the two activities we have in our kitty to reach outer world. So let it be heard strongly. Now, let me come back to this. DTM Khalid Jalal said, I joined in his address because of YLP. Now you may be thinking, I am 3 years experience in Toastmasters. What I did in YLP, how I can join from YLP. So don't get confused. In 2018, when I landed to Bahrain, the first program I attended was YLP. Still, I remember I met DTM Dr. Babu also, and even I was discussing about what is this Toastmaster. Then I had to attend YLP because my cousin's son was presenting his speech. He called me to click his pictures as a photographer. And I went to YLP final session, and DTM Jyoti Ruben came to me as usual. What we are doing now, she did 3 years before. She made me to hear the voice of a Toastmaster, and she invited me for the meeting of Karnataka Club Toastmaster. Then the passionate journey continued. I'm sure we all will be the strong voices of Toastmasters by this session, Speechcraft and YLP. Now, what is the challenges we have? Barriers, challenge and barriers. Anybody? I know I'm asking so many questions early morning. Please excuse me. I'm sorry for this. But let's communicate.
Time.
Time, absolutely right.
A great challenge is to market it.
Market it, absolutely right.
To get members?
Yes, to get members.
DTM Roshan, this is Santosh Abraham, Toastmaster Santosh Abraham. I feel that the greatest challenge out here is to reach out to people and to know which are the target audience. And second is that to have the right kind of coordinators handle this.
Absolutely right. All the best, Toastmaster Santosh Abraham, being the AD of Area 37.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yes, next. Okay, all this is right. Apart from that, if you're conducted physical and now new normal, I feel the virtual is also a challenge. This is the biggest barrier, where one of the barrier, it was in the beginning, but today we are all connected to new normal. And apart from this barrier has become advantage for us. That's why Toastmaster Tabassum can jump from Kuwait to Chennai. I can jump from here to Singapore, or I can jump here from even Bangalore. That's the advantage. Why I asked this barrier, when I initially did a survey for Speechcraft YLP, the first barriers in survey came to me as virtual, as a challenge, and but today it's no more. So let's be clear with us now. As of now, today, we don't have any barriers. So what next? So YLP and Speechcraft, I divide in a 3 way of implementation: before, during, and after. So let me go touch this each component. What is before? Anybody can tell me what we have to do before?
Planning.
Excellent. I was about to give you a clue for 4-letter word. Toastmaster Tabassum picked. Yes, plan. Planning is the most important. So let me see what is this planning is required. 1, plan a team. Very important. Why I'm asking this? Many times when people ask callers and they say, we want to conduct YLP, can you guide us? First time I ask, is your team is ready? Many times teams are not ready. The first start, sit with your club ExCom and plan your team and take approval for conduct. This is a club level activity, plan your team. Second, plan agenda. How you plan agenda, anybody? How you plan agenda?
By picking role players.
By taking role players, right?
Secondly, it's already very well defined in the manual. So you can follow the manual and plan your agenda.
You're on dot. I was expecting this answer. YLP and Speechcraft manual, the coordinator manual, it is complete. Agenda is given session wise. Kindly refer it. I see when agenda comes, there will be a little change many times. So I always ask them, have you referred these manuals? Next, plan your resource team. Why resource team is necessary? Anybody?
Ready to help.
Yes, ready to help in terms of logistics, in terms of most important, if you see each session in manual, there is a resource person has to address some of the skills. So kindly make your pool ready. We just heard from Toastmaster Tabassum and DTM Rizvi. Each session has focusing on some communicative and leadership skills. So keep your resource team ready. There are plenty of resources are available in your area, in your club, in your district, and in your division. Next, plan reach. This is another very important, the publicity. Plan reach, which all you know, we are very good at it, we are doing it. And finally, the plan. How many batches? Last 15 days, I had 2-3 queries. Somebody asked me, now we have published a link, there are 100 people who have registered, how to go about it. So I go with DTM Riz's first answer. He answered, either physical or either virtual, please take maximum 20 to 25, because then only you create quality with quantity. I feel all of you agree with me. Now I leave it to house. Any other things we should concentrate before? Because of your rich experience, that your valid points will be an additional resource for our viewers today. Open to house, anything in before we have to do apart from this? Yes, YLP masters and Speechcraft masters.
DTM Roshan, if I may add something,
yes.
What I feel is today's the Speechcraft manual, we should not go exactly by the book. We should customize the projects in the book to meet the requirements of the target population. That is very, very important. Having been a coordinator, I've coordinated 10 Speechcraft programs over the years for different organizations. And every time we WMC Toastmasters have tailor-made this thing. I've been a coordinator along with DTM Rekha Uttam, Suresh Karnaran, and many others. And every time what we have done is we have modified it. Like right now when we're doing it for the American mission, we adjust it in such a way that without losing the essence of the manual, we adjust the program to meet the requirements, because that is what adds value to those who are coming when it comes to Speechcraft. A similar lesser way for the YLP, but Speechcraft, this is very important because each organization, when they empower on an educational program to train people to become better communicators and leaders, Speechcraft can play a very important role. And to do that, we should not follow exactly what is given in the book, taking the lines into it, modify. This is what I feel. I don't know what everyone feels about it, but this is effective.
Excellent, Dr. Babu. I really agree with you. Yes, Rosmatavus, I'll come here with this very important icing of cake happened now with Dr. Babu. Let me tell you, WMC is very active in YLP and Speechcraft. They do conduct Speechcraft for American Mission Hospital staff. And I'm sure you understood this icing of the cake. 2 points. One, what is additional you can do? Second, next time you have to connect resource team, you have a resource team, contact WMC also. So Toastmaster Tabassum, your answer.
Yes, I totally agree with our speaker that you have to modify, but modify does not mean at any point of time to take shortcuts. Because what I have seen that people chisel out important element, they do not give written evaluation, and just because they want that credit, they have a timeline, they don't have the resources, they just complete a Speechcraft. Because as you know in Toastmasters, whether you give your 100% or you give your 20%, you still get the credit. So that is one thing I would like to say, that modification should not mean a shortcut.
Yeah,
that's
you're
it.
absolutely right. As Dr. Babu also agreed the same thing. He said without modifying the manual, we can add some essence to the session. That's wonderful. Both speakers on dot and both agree, and entire house agrees. Anybody else want to add? Toastmaster Manjula, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I would like to add on top of this one, for the before planning, we should have a strong team who ready to support. As I remember, one of the point mentioned by Toastmaster Tabassum, you should not make any excuse when you are commit something as a coordinator. and do take responsibility, as it shows how you good as a leader.
Absolutely. Alone we are drop, together we are ocean. That's why my first point in plan as a plan team. Excellent, Toastmaster Vikaruddin. Next, any point? So from my side, no points. Every time my question may not have answers. My question is to get answers from the audience. Let's move on to next slide. So during, now we moved from before to during. Toastmaster Manjula, sorry, I was asking you before Toastmaster Vikaruddin. Do you have any points to share in planning?
We can improvise.
Okay, yeah, we can. Thank you, Dr. Asha. We can improvise.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Yes.
Whatever Dr. Babu said is totally applicable, especially to all the medical doctors and especially to the target organization.
Great.
But as Tabassum, as DTM Tabassum says, we cannot go through any of these shortcuts. We have to stick to the manual also. But
Absolutely
some
right.
improvisation will make the icing of the cake better, according to the target audience.
Absolutely right. That's why it's known as icing of the cake, not cutting the cake. Absolutely right. You are on point, Dr. Asha. So let me move on to next point. During program, what are the main things we have to concentrate? Anybody?
As most of the points already covered by our speakers, we need to follow up, make the things, ensure it's going as per plan. And as what you plan before, you have to observe the things during this one. Always you should have a plan A, plan B, and plan C. So that way it show you success. Thank you.
Yes, right. So let me click. As you all agree, I also written first point. The slides are not prepared today. Stick to the manual agenda. That's very important. Don't deviate. That is structure right now. You can add anything. This is for YLP. All what our speakers covered, I made it. And icebreakers. I'm not talking about icebreaker in the sense introduction. Now, as Dr. Babu said, in virtual, already this slide we covered in last slide. So we all think in same line. So what I mean, because when you're virtual, when you're sitting with children in virtually, there may be something you have to make it more interesting. So there are various icebreakers you can work on. Today it's available. We also had this thing, like we used to play these songs and enact them to act as all these songs for especially for YLP. Not only with Toastmasters, we had an opportunity, DTM Rufus and self, we have been conducting last year continuously YLP and Speechcraft outside Toastmasters, especially some of the schools. Very interesting session happened last year. We have been invited for one school to organize virtual YLP for the children, and the school was so much happy. Then they called us and told, why can't you conduct one more session for our teachers? We want our teachers also communicate well. So we had that. I think DTM Rufus is here. Can we just share 1 minute that experience, DTM Rufus? If you're here. DTM Rufus, are you here?
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. You can spotlight DTM Rufus, moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Roshan. Yes, indeed, it was a wonderful session. In fact, the best source to go and reach the youngsters is schools and the university. That's what we aimed, and we managed to do an excellent youth leadership program. The teachers and the management of the school was impressed, so much so that the management called us to give 3 sessions to the teachers on effective communication and leadership skills. And since it was a transformation, like due to this COVID and pandemic, from physical to virtual, the teachers also appreciated because it's a new platform for everyone. And everyone wants to know how to connect virtually. It's very difficult. And we managed to deliver an excellent presentation. In fact, DTM Roshan was a key anchor for this YLP and the special session to the teachers.
And we did, as Dr. Babu said, we did modify and did 3 leadership presentations, which were quite effective. So much so they said, we will call you every 3 months to do these presentations. Back to you, DTM Rosh.
Absolutely right, DTM Rosh. Just last week, the school called. We have to be ready for this year also. And apart from this, now you see the two spotlighted personalities here. We are members of KCT. Apart from that, when I joined Toastmasters, DTM Rufus is my mentor. So our mentor-mentee relationship is continuing and we are doing so many activities. So please ensure another program, what is in Toastmasters, mentors and mentee, have your team, connect with mentor and mentee, that will go for long. Thank you. So let's move on to next during this week covered in YLP. Any other ideas you want to share for YLP? House? Any new ideas? For children, we also added there how to use technically Zoom. Because as Dr. Babu was telling, this is very important. We have to create this new normal. So we also added a special session, how they can use Zoom, how technically they can equip themselves. And teachers, we also added how technical tools are available. There are so many tools like whiteboard, and there are many tools, how they can incorporate Kahoot and all those things, make their teaching more interesting. That also we have given in the our sessions. So anything else crowd wants to add? Experience. Over to you, please, crowd. Just give us your experience so that there are many people who can get knowledge and ideas from your experience. Open to you.
Virtual dinner and lunch.
Thank you very much.
That's good. That's good.
DTM Rule,
yes.
What about an activity that can connect children of a particular age group?
Yes, wonderful. Can be done. That's a good idea. We can also make an activity to connect a particular group. That's a good idea. May I know your name, the Toastmaster?
I'm Toastmaster Srinivas.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your experience sharing. Okay, next, anybody?
We had virtual party when we conducted last year YLP, and then kids only arrange all that things. They arrange so many games and dance and everything, and they invited mentors as a guest, and they did wonderful activity. We were surprised to see that things.
Wonderful. Is it Toastmaster Purvisha, right?
Yes.
Yes. I know your programs I have been attending. Recently, you conducted with Marathi Mandal as Speechcraft I have seen. Yes, that's another idea. You make participants as organizers, maybe one session extra. So you can do it and you can work on. That's also a good idea so that interest goes on and there's something new. Any other ideas?
Have a family day, especially you have to involve your better half, the spouse in this.
Yes.
Not only children, even the spouse. We have to get them to come and join us to see what exactly we are doing.
Yeah. Yes, physical setting, we always invite parents or family during final, but in virtual, sometimes we miss it. But we ensured in our programs, final, all parents join through virtual, and we have a group. I'll tell you one of the message, just 3 days, once a result announced, the parent writes this to me. I just want to read it. See how we create our voices. He writes this, Father, very good morning, dear sir. By the grace of Almighty, our children are good. They are vaccinated. My daughter got 90% marks in grade 10 and my son got 80% marks in grade 9. Thank you so much, dear sir, for providing my kids with the golden opportunity to be a part of Toastmasters activities, youth leadership. Looking forward for further opportunity in future too. May Almighty bless you and all the members of Karnataka Toastmaster Club with best of health. Amen. This is one of the parents wrote to me just 3 to 4 days. As Dr. Asha said, let's involve parents, even Speechcraft spouses. This is one of the very important idea, can be done because we keep away spouses, whether we can make within the Speechcraft one day, a spouse day, whether they can come. One more idea. Good. I will take this further.
CGD can announce a award for how the club which make their spouse maximum member as a spouse, spouse as a member. They can announce a
I will answer this question to you in my next slide. After 1 or 2 slides, I will answer this question. I'll just keep it in my mind. Thank you very much for that. Let's give some target to CGD. Okay, next. Apart from that, one of the Toastmasters YLP, we had children, we played dumb sharers. Now what we did, we selected leadership quotes and proverbs, made them to enact, and you won't believe they were more smarter than us. And this dumb charade, they will enact leadership quotes. That was beautiful. And let's move on to now Speechcraft. As we had, these are the Speechcraft sessions. Already 2 speakers have taken. Let's not deviate from this session. These are the must. This is a fundamental requirement during our session. Apart from that, as we all discussed, we already added few ideas from all the crowd. Let's have that, and we can make icing better for the Speechcraft. Now, after, what is very important after? Let's go with one by one YLP. Anybody? How's it open for questions?
I think good follow-up with the members so that they can join the club.
Absolutely right. Good follow-up. YLP, they can join the Gavels Club or former Gavels Club, DTM Rizvi said. Absolutely right. Any other things?
with their
Get the,
parents.
Yes, doctor.
get the feedback from all their parents as well
Yes.
as the participants.
Yes. We do it in a final session. We get the feedbacks, and also this is also good
Evaluation.
idea. Yes. Great. So let me go one by one. One, keep a constant track. We have all YLP groups with us, WhatsApp, last 3 years. We keep communicating them every now and then. So keep a track. That is very important. Second, invite them for club meetings. As YLP, after YLP, just invite them to Toastmaster club meeting. We did this year very interesting. I think under DTM Rufus Minto, he was a TMOD of one of the meeting. We arranged Toast for our club storytelling contest. Do you know who were the judges? All our YLP participants. And who was the chief judge? DTM Imtiaz. Under DTM Imtiaz, these young leaders were our judges. Believe me, their judgment was so accurate. Nobody complained about judgment. So that's what you give them a role play. So we have invited our YLP leaders to be a timer, sometimes to be even evaluators. We give this opportunity. So what happened that Toastmaster journey continues, the speaking and communication skill continues. And moreover, the parents feel that's okay. Our child has given an opportunity. Next, guide them to join Gavel clubs. We have guided many YLP participants to join some of the Gavel clubs. This is what DTM Rizvi was telling. If you have 25 members more, please go for a Gavels club. If you feel less are there, kindly guide them. Or anytime you have trouble, always you can talk to DTM Rizvi. He is day in, day out, lives with Gavel clubs. These are the few things. Anything you want to add?
DTM Roshan, I can say by DTM Murali.
DTM Roshan?
Yes.
I understand as per the new Toastmaster guidelines that Gaveliers cannot take up any roles in any club or area activities.
I have not seen that information. Let me check and come back to you, DTM Murali. Here I am talking as youth leadership participants.
No, I'm just talking this members cannot take up roles except be a speaker in the table topic session. But as such, they cannot take up any roles, either timer or any evaluator.
Okay, I am not sure with this. I will just get back to you on this. If DTM Rizvi is there, he can answer on this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Surely I'll get back to you. Thank you. So let's move on to Speechcraft after. What are the important things in Speechcraft? Timer, how much time I have?
It's already read.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see the timer screen. Let me finish. Okay, 1, send a club official letter to each participants. Send a message, thank you, and also very important, invite them for club meetings. I'm talking about Speechcrafters. Then explain the benefits of TMI membership and the opportunities. Also, if possible, you can start a club. It depends on membership. You have more than 20 Speechcrafters, you can start. Even you can club and start. Otherwise, very important, induct them to your respective club. I've seen few clubs. I have gone as a speaker, as a Speechcrafter for them. But when I go to next Speechcraft session, these Speechcrafters are taking very prominent role as the members. That's a transformation, what happens. So these are the 5 points. Apart from this, anything, 1 minute, anybody wants to share? Okay, let me go final. Speak up and ask for help. Who is going to help you? Where and all you ask this help? Speak up and ask help. Anybody?
Purvisha, raise her hand.
Yes, please answer. Anybody?
We are there for helping them.
Okay, all the members, yes, all peer group. Moreover, please don't neglect this team. District CGD team, we have each country YLP chair and Speechcraft chair. Always any queries, please do contact. They are ready to serve us at any time. Next, I'm suggesting an extra step where Toastmaster Purvi was telling to create an award. I want to suggest write down YLP Speechcraft journal for each club. So I also designed this format. CGD, please take a note. This is just example format. I see there is no data is being given in area, division, or in district. We conduct the programs, but to us, no data will be available. But why can't you start YLP Speechcraft journal? Simple, club name, date, who are the chief coordinators and special activities done. Depending on, you can also award these clubs. This is a sample journal, 1-page journal I have created. This CGD team can work on this and make it as a document. This will be a resourceful for our district. Finally, learning and teaching can be difficult, but it is definitely achievable. Let the voice of Toastmasters heard loudly through Speechcraft and YLP. Thank you very much. I conclude. I'm sorry I have taken time little more. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you very much, DTM Roshan. A very interactive and informative icing the cake. Thank you very much. Now it is time for us to recognize and appreciate the effort of all the team who participated in the success of this event. So let me, moderator, if you can please start presenting the certifications.
Yes, madam.
The first team member to recognize is Toastmaster Asharani. Thank you very much. DTM Ahmed Rizvi, our first speaker. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Tabassum Ali, thank you. DTM Roshan Lewis, thank you very much. Toastmaster KM Thomas, thank you. Toastmaster Fakaruddin Muhammad, thank you. Toastmaster Tawfiq Qadir, thank you. Qaddar, sorry, thank you. Toastmaster Muhammad Shiraz, thank you very much. Toastmaster Purvi Shah, thank you. And DTM Rufus Pinto, thank you. And I think by this, I need to conclude. CGD?
Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much.
When there's a photographer, you always see others photograph other than himself or herself. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Hanan, for wonderfully conducting the MC role today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. And let me close the event by saying, as night follows day and all good things have to end, we are now at the end of this webinar. On behalf of the organizing committee, I thank you all for spending this time with us. Your presence has helped us make this webinar a great success. We appreciate your positive spirit. We hope you found the webinar informative and motivating. We wish you all the best and hope you will continue to be connected to the Toastmaster community in Bahrain and in Kuwait. Now, I'd like to conclude with a quote by Jack Welch. A leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. Goodbye and see you next time. Thank you.
Let's have a videograph session. So let's open everyone the camera. Toastmaster.
What about a group photo?
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.